like share the what you did in your classroom, also, and then we can practice. We can
with the other
sharing
teachers.
is super important. Yeah, because you guys said a lot of strategy already, but how to practice to our real life. So I feel sharing is super important. And you practice your real life in your center, in your school. So, yeah, I like the way last time we went to Betty's room or the Chinese, I forgot what school.
Oh, the other school to look at what they're
another
doing.
school, we visited another school, so we saw something, so we wrote it down. So we brought those ideas to our school to practice and see how it go.
Okay.
Yeah. So sharing, I enjoy the sharing part. Thank
I'm
you.
so happy, we are in the Cantonese English immersion program. And this program, actually, if we can teach non-English speaking student to learn Chinese, and then at the same time, we can flip it around and use the same strategy to teach student English.
Okay. Thank you.
Really well, and I felt really supported in are the last two: creating rich context support to support academic language development in the home language and in the second language, and then to intentionally structure classroom environment and activities for active engagement, inclusion, and for language-rich interactions. I think that one, when we meet as a PLC, that is something that we spend a lot of time working on and thinking about. And really, when we discussed, I really appreciated the concept and framework of waves and understanding that children are going through different waves of language acquisition. I believe that really helped me grasp a little the nuances of where my children are at, my students. For example, I could think of my classroom as being English speakers, Spanish speakers, and bilingual students. But actually, the students are on this continuum and in these different waves. So I have some students who are bilingual who are producing more English than Spanish, and some who are bilingual who are producing more Spanish than English. So, I mean, those are all different, they're all different stages on this continuum, and so I really appreciated that framework. And with that framework, I've been able to really structure activities to kind of address the specific needs of those different stages of acquisition or waves of acquisition. One of the things as a DLL teacher and now mother of a child who I want to raise bilingually is just that that it is a lot of work, it's a huge commitment, but it's something that is so special and so wonderful. And I think that, if every child could be given that opportunity, it would be fantastic. But I think it's so important to give that opportunity to children whose home language is not English.
Thank you.
It just expands the child's development, and especially in the city, we're so diverse in San Francisco. So I think it's a benefit for them because you won't exclude yourself from other groups. You know what I mean? You won't just be hanging around with the Latino kids. If you're Chinese, you're not just going to hang with the Chinese kids. You know what I mean? Or vice versa, or what other cultures, But I think that's why it's important, the developmental part, but also as a society. I think it's very important that it benefits the residents, because it brings community and it makes you get along. And it makes you learn something about another culture and takes away prejudice. Because I think a lot of stuff that holds us back is a lot of prejudice stuff. And prejudice is really silent sometimes. I think it's like a silent enemy. It's really silent sometimes. You don't know you're doing it, and sometimes you do it. And then when you try that something new, it just opens you up like, oh man, I've been missing out. I've just been close myself off to, just my language, just my thing. Instead of, hey, I'm learning something different about a culture. You know, oh, different food that I would never touch. You know, because the food one is the one that's like, whoa, I'm not gonna eat that. You know, like because like the land culture has a lot of certain foods. Like we eat lengua, tongue. And some people be like, "Well, I'm not eating that," And in Chinese, it's a lot of mixtures too of other stuff. Like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to try that," but just to be open about it. And you're like, "Whoa, it sounded bad, but it tastes good."
It's better than it sounds.
Yeah. So I think it's very, very, very important to have it, especially we're here in the Bay Area, San Francisco. Hey, we're very diverse. We have all kinds of cultures here. We have a beautiful city. Yeah.